Hello, and welcome to Knowing Me, Knowing You with Paula, the YouTube channel where we often dive deep into topics that impact our everyday lives. In this short video, you will meet Fern Chan. She is a best-selling author, educator, speaker, coach, and in our full interview on Apple Podcasts or wherever you tune into your podcast, Fern shares on how to captivate your audience, be an engaged presenter, speak with confidence, be memorable, and receive raving reviews. I invite you to subscribe to this channel so you can stay up to date and be notified of new video releases. Enjoy. So when we look at you being a coach, do you have any success stories of anyone that you've coached, that you've seen them from going from really sucking at presenting, maybe not feeling confident, to you just being like, wow, and them even being wow about themselves?
No, yes. So I just coached a wonderful health and nutrition coach herself. Her name is Susie, and she does a lot of nutrition training, but she was somewhat handcuffed by having to use the company's template. So she came to me and she said, Fern, I really want to offer a lot, but I feel like it's a bit boring because I'm stuck with using a certain template and I can't veer too much. And I was like, okay, let's see what we have and let's work with what we have. We can still infuse storytelling and other things you can do within the confines and what you have to give. So, I worked with her. We built in more interaction with her content, so she could get like her listeners to participate with her. And then she said, Fern, I got like the most amazing 5-star review. And so that gave her like so much more confidence. I mean, just the fact that people notice a difference. I really enjoyed your class. When somebody says that, because she wanted to make an impact, she wanted to share her knowledge to make sure that these people are eating healthier, that they're feeling good about themselves, because we're all overworked. We don't have time to take care of ourselves. We're always caring about other people. So she wanted to give them that space, but that the tools to do the things that she wanted to do. But she felt like she was coming off a bit boring. This was a lot of stuff. They tuned up, but now she was giving, using all the techniques I was teaching her in this coaching program, that she got some 5-star reviews that made her feel like, $1,000,000. And then, she got more interaction and people reaching out to her for more. So just from that, I was like, oh my God, that just made the world of difference. Because why do we do what we do, right? We as coaches, as people who want to share our thoughts and ideas, we want to help people with what we know. And the fact that she was able to do that and get people to actually say that, that's the validation that she got. So I'm so pleased that she was able to get the value that she did from coaching.
Well, and you did a good job, right? And so I think that that was something you shared about your story, was when you were presenting, once you realized you were really bad at presenting and you had shifted everything, all of a sudden you were getting this feedback from other people going, oh my gosh, Fern, you know, wow, people are wowed by what you were doing. And that was part of your inspiration behind sharing all this information that you have gained over time. And, now your book, which is How to Not Suck at Presentations, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think that was the biggest, I guess, compliment. It's like, oh God, I want to be next to Fern because she's gonna get everybody laughing, and my room's gonna be so quiet. But they was like, well, what is she doing?
Yeah.
Right? That's different. And that I think too is like when I'm listed somewhere and I might have a couple of groupies, they show up. It's like, oh, I don't even care what you're talking about. I knowing that you're on the docket, I show up to when you speak. That is like the ultimate compliment. I'm like, oh my God, thank you. Because they're coming to listen because they always get some value. So for me, it's like, I must be doing something right. So how can I now help everybody else who wants to share their knowledge in these environments, especially because I came from the world of higher education. We are teachers. We are by nature educators. We want to share information, but sometimes we are not the best executors.
Yeah.
How we get that information out, right? And I think a lot of them too also want to learn. So I want to like give that skill back to them. Like, how can I help you get your genius out in the world so people can learn from you. That's the most important thing, right? Can they use this information to make their lives better? Presenters. So if you are a business professional and presenting is part of your job, let's say, and you have to do like quarterly reports, those can be quite boring. Who are your stakeholders that you have to report out to? Or like I said, even if for people who have to do professional development and they do get tapped to speak at conferences, right? How are you going to like report your findings in a way that makes sure that the message that you're giving resonates with the audience? And I also coach other trainers and entrepreneurs who have to figure out a way to speak about their products or service in a way that will solve that problem for their clientele or potential clients, or to say, you know what, do you know when you have this, what you can do about that? Let me tell you. So it's like, how can I help you to tell your story in a way that's compelling so people want to lean in and listen, rather than you go on about, well, when I started the company. I think people forget, right? They go so much into their own story before they realize the story you actually need to tell is this transformation of what your audience will get when they use your service or product, so they come out in a better place.
Yeah.